Welcome back to another Bitcoin update, and we did get that bounce from the exact location we were talking about. This was one of my bottoming out targets, and I mentioned that this will be considered our bottom if we can now, from this point, reverse and reclaim the one fib level, $59,000, and at that point, hold above it. I'm now going to bring you over to my last update from a week ago where I drew out this path. Although what we now need to face is this blue resistance line. This is what's going to potentially keep us within the bearish structure of lower highs and lower lows, due to this actually being a lower low beyond our 59k low, bottoming out at 56,000, and for us to call while it was a huge red candle for it to go up. You saw, as predicted, it followed my TA exactly. If you want me to teach you this, use the links down below. I have one-on-one mentorship, I have an ebook, and I have a group chat where you have access to all my cryptos and my daily support, as well as live streams in there to mentorship you as a group to get to my level. All links down below to head to the website. Now, what we are seeing here with Bitcoin is the attempt to break out of that expected resistance. And once this is support, for me, it's a clear view. It's that once 65k is reclaimed and confirmed as support, we are out of here. We're going to make a new all-time high. And this leads me to the weekly time frame where I can actually zoom out and show you this a lot clearer. This level is very key because it was a resistance 3 years ago, where we saw our bear market form through a double top, but we actually came into the resistance for a second time, and that was the failure. But it was first set out on the first top for Bitcoin. And the process that we've been going through the last few months, as I mentioned very early on a few months ago, was that we're just flipping this resistance into support, and we're expecting boring price action and a correction to happen within this area due to us never coming back to this level for 3 years. And in actual fact, guys, we've been flipping it into support, as I mentioned many weeks ago as well. And then as the weeks go by, it all develops and you see the proof in the pudding, which is nothing out of the ordinary for us, because it's something that we were actually predicting here on the channel. So make sure, if you haven't already, to keep following along with the TA over here, like, subscribe and comment. Now you can see we did get a beautiful weekly candle close yesterday, on Monday, yeah. And with that, we not only held the 20, but also the 12 EMA, showing us that the bulls are still here, protecting the most key and vital levels on the highest of time frames, the weekly time frame. And if we're maintaining the uptrend on the weekly time frame, it means expect for months on end, we are going to be continuing in the bullish direction, which means a break of our current all-time high, $73,000, nearly $74,000. And all of that support that we've created in that last week's candle is all falling within this massive 3-year resistance, which is now support. And I'm going to bring you over to another Bitcoin chart. We will, if you just saw that Rio chart, we will be making Rio videos, so stay tuned with the channel. I'm going to keep on this chart, but I'm just going to adjust the box. Now, let me try and find it for you. It's just annoying. I didn't have it on the side ready. Here we go. So I've just drawn a support between the bottom before last week and then last week's new bottom, created an area of support between those two, 56 and 59k. And as long as we maintain this, that is it. We are looking for bullish continuation from here, as long as these two key levels maintain. And then the targets out of this are going to be beautiful. But remember, there is still resistance at 65k, which we must break. But again, guys, once broken, once flipped into support, we do have targets up as high as 87,000, but even beyond, to as high as above $100,000. And it's not a question of if this will happen. It will happen. It's just a matter of when. And there's no direct way of finding out the exact timings of things, because something can come out which is an external factor and affect the market. So how can you predict that? And how can you forecast with that in mind if you don't know if it's going to happen? So anyone telling you this is going to happen on this date, you might as well just block them at that point, because they've been lying to you the whole time. There's no way of predicting timings. All you can do is gain targets using the Fibonacci's, which, if you watch my last Bitcoin update, Fibonacci sequence is a naturally occurring thing in the universe, in life, in everything in the world. And so with that being the case, it also applies to trading. And these levels act like magnets because they're naturally occurring levels that happen over and over and over again. Hopefully you've been here long term and see that all my charting and analysis is based off Fibonacci's. And that is why I'm super duper accurate whichever way the market goes, because the Fibonacci's can be used in two directions. And so that's why people get annoyed when I'm always right. But I'm only always right because of the Fibonacci's. And then people go around and try and bite me and say, well, you're always preparing for both directions. Why would I not? Why would I not prepare for both directions? You have to be a fool to only prepare for one direction and have a bias to one direction only. You have to be able to use the tools that can teach you where the market is going, whatever direction. You will always know where it's going. So for example, bottom is in. As long as we maintain 50, now that 59k is reclaimed, we want to maintain above that, but truly only 56k matters. But as 59k was the low that we lost and has now been reclaimed, we want to maintain that level. So just draw an area between the two and know that you can't lose it, and that while we are above it, because it has been reclaimed, then the bottom is in. Only if we lose the reclaimed level is the bottom not in. So lose this entire area of support and then we will continue lower. But do I see that right now? No. So my belief is the bottom is in, and we predicted this last week with our bottoming out targets in that Bitcoin video right over here, as you can see. With over 41 likes. Guys, let's try and get over 100 likes on these videos. Make sure you're sharing them as well, so more people are following along with some actual solid TA out here, not a bunch of lies like the majority, which is crazy because I don't understand how they have so many subscribers by lying. And so if you be here long term, if you've been here long term, if you just stick here for a while, you see pretty much that, you know, we have a third eye, and that is only because of the Fibonacci's. So when people take the piss out of the levels that I use, I know they have no clue of what's going on. I've been doing this for 5 years now, and it's only the Fibonacci's that are going to tell you where exactly the chart is going, because Fibonacci is not something that is only to do with trading. It applies in the rules of life. It's in the universe. The sequence explains how the universe is ever growing. The sequence, the mathematical equation, explains human life form, explains how we are even alive, how we reproduce, looking at some plant life as well. You can see there are multiple patterns, the same pattern playing out within itself. Like you pull a petal, there's another petal, or you cut into something and it looks so symmetrical. This is all Fibonacci sequence, and it applies to trading. It applies to Forex, stocks and crypto. So if you want to sit here and disagree with the levels, that's totally fine, but you're not disagreeing with me. You're disagreeing with a naturally occurring thing in the universe that is just silly to disagree with. All you need to learn are the rules and the paths that come with the Fibonacci's. So for example, we are not truly bullish until we break $69,000. But the first steps are, because we lost a key level of support, that we want to reclaim it, which we have now done from the bottoming out target that I had. You know, you can see the levels over here bounce off the 1414 at 56,600, and it's the exact same level over here. It did not go any lower at $56,600. I called that exact bottom and the process of reclaiming this key 59k level. And so now that has officially been the case, officially done, you just need to maintain it, and eventually that 69k 786 fib will be broken. And at that point, remember, naturally occurring levels, these act as magnets. And so with that being the case, we'll shoot up to $78,900 to $87,000, and then we'll correct again. The corrections are fine because we know the corrections are BS, because we eventually lead higher. So if we go through another one of these things around this area, it's just to set up the move to 96 to 107k. You just need to understand that. And if you want me to help you understand that as quick as possible, so you're not wasting this bull market, which could be the last one, because BlackRock's already here, the ETF's already here. Who else are you waiting for the crypto market to become like the stock market? It most likely will happen after this bull market. So you need to get rich this time. And if you're not, You know, it's going to be super hard, because if Bitcoin's going to become stable, like everyone was dreading years ago, who else are we waiting for to come in and make it like the stock market, when BlackRock is an asset manager with $9 trillion plus to their name? I know they're not going to put trillions into crypto, but these are the top people in the world as asset managers. Who else are you waiting for to make this like the stock market, when they're in control of the stock market? So this is where you need to make all your money. You can't be wasting your time in a Bitcoin. You can't be wasting your time in ETH, Solana, Quant, Matic, AVAX, and Cardano, and all these rubbish coins. And they're not rubbish because they don't change the world. They do. They're not rubbish because they're only rubbish because they're only, in my eyes, rubbish, even though I personally used to hold them. I don't anymore. But in my eyes, they're rubbish because you're waiting for so much money to come in just for little gains. We can get all these gains so easily in these small caps. I had over 100 people join my Discord community in the last 3 months, all because I have proof. I did a 20x in 3 months by selling my quant, by selling my XRP. I did a 20x following narratives such as AI. One of those coins, AI Tech. Go check it out. Go check out the chart itself. AI Tech. You'll be shocked. I'll show you my exact entry. And this is all by selling quant and XRP, opening my eyes to the fact that, you know, everyone brainwashes you into only buying large caps. It's not what you want to do. That's why you get brainwashed to buying large caps, like myself at first for 4.5 years buying large caps, following what everyone was saying. Look, these are guaranteed money. You're going to get a guaranteed 10x, but guaranteed, it's not really guaranteed if you have to wait the whole bull market for those gains. Where if you look at my personal entry on AI Tech right over here, we went down first. Let's check how much we went down first. You can see over here, we went down 36%. So I went straight into a loss. But if you want to go from that point and go to see how high went up, there you go, 35x, 3,500%. From entry, look at that. There's your 20x that I've been talking about in my videos, in my Twitter posts. And even after, look at this dump, look at this dump, look at this dump, 70% minus. You'd be bricking yourself. But look at that from the bottom right there, 600% gain. And that's after a 70% minus, all because I got out of Quant, got out of XRP, got out of HBAR, got out of VeChain, got out of all these billion-dollar projects that we all brainwash into believing are the ones. In fact, guys, it doesn't matter if they're changing the world. It doesn't matter that there's billions in it. You want to stay away from them because that's not where you're going to change your life. I did personally last time around, I got 45x off of top 100 coins. But I've already done that 40x on some coins already. For example, took advantage of Trias, which was sub 10 million, went over 100 million or whatnot, sold it at over a 10x, moved it over into another coin in RWA. Within March as well, while everything was dipping, RWA took off, did a further 4x on that 10x, 40x. I saw Viot, which I've made videos on, do a 10x since November. This since December, 20x. It went down first, and then from that lowest point, 35x. But am I going to sit here and say 35x? No, but I was buying down there as well. But from original entry, 20x. Guys, if you want me to sit with you hand in hand and teach you all these things and have access to all my cryptos and get live streams every single week, twice a week, minimum 2 hours with me, there to mentor you into a self-sufficient trader, someone that can do it by themselves, so you don't have to hold my hand for the rest of your life, like all these BS group chats that are charging extortionate. Guys, I have all the things possible, all the content possible for you to change your life. I have over 100 people in there currently, and it's only $25. I'm not charging $250. I'm not charging $1,000. You can get the chat for such a little amount if you want to pay it yearly as well, which is £150. I don't know what that is in dollars. Work it out yourself. But it's all on the website, or convert it to your currency anyways. And yeah, all the links you need are down below if you want to take advantage of these opportunities just as we are. Don't worry, I will make some AI tech videos on the YouTube channel in the near future. Which I will with Real.io, or which is Rio, and as well as OTK, Octo, which is a gaming token on the Solana gaming network. So guys, if you want to be involved in these sorts of cryptos, which we saw AI Tech at a 20 million valuation going to 300, 400 million, all within a matter of 3 months, and you're not seeing those same things on your large caps, clearly, because quant is the same price in 2 years. Guys, if I kept my quant, it would still be the same price as 2 years ago. By selling my quant, by selling my XRP, which is the same price as years ago as well, I managed to get a 20x. After this 20x, I am down 70%, as you saw, 70%. But that 70% minus is still, and there you go. It's all in front of your eyes. It's just whether you want to take action with me hand in hand. Thank you guys for tuning in. Links down below to my website, whether you want to become a member, do the one-on-one mentorship with me through video calls, or take action on my ebook. I've made it affordable for everyone because I've always had complaints about that. Oh, I can't afford it. You're not thinking about us in this country, in that country. This is why I've made it affordable for absolutely everyone. No one's getting scammed in terms of prices or in terms of content. The proof is in the pudding in front of your eyes, as I've just shared, which I really did not need to share. I could have kept this a secret. There you go. It's in front of your eyes right now. This is how you're going to change your life. Cheers, everyone.